Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC Pack 20, also known as Future Saga Chapter 3 Showcase. We unlocked the characters early. Massive thanks to Genic for helping me to get all this to work to bring you guys this early showcase. The DLC officially drops tomorrow on October 30th, and we have Broly Dragon Ball Super, his model looking kind of peak. I like the shadow effect over his design. Look at that, he's going crazy with the headache. He's berserk mode. I like his idle stance right there. And then we also have Golden Frieza, Ultra Super Villainous state. Yeah, his powered up stance. Dude, so close to recreate his Ultra form from the Dragon Ball Super manga. If only the USV power consumed his entire body, that would have been cool, just because we would have gotten the dark and red color theme. You can see the center of his torso, how his purple crystal, you know, like the same one over his head, transformed from purple over to red. And look at that, his idle stance as well. So Broly Dragon Ball Super is going to have gigantic charge, gigantic cross, gigantic rage, maximum charge, gigantic explosion, gigantic nova, Saiyan blaster, and Super Saiyan. I low-key forgot that he can transform into his Super Saiyan state, which will alter his combo strings. His Super Soul is... Again, he's just going crazy over here. And Golden Frieza, he's going to have Emperor's Cannon, Dark Inscription. Oh, that's a very cool title for a super attack. Emperor's Blast, Ultimate Charge, Death Ball, Chaotic Time Impact. Oh yeah, that's because, spoiler alerts, he does have the power of Supreme Kai of Time, or something similar to it. His evasive Spread Shot Retreat, and Super Soul Rejoice! A new ruler is born. So without further ado, make sure to drop a like on today's video, turn on post notifications, and let's jump straight into the showcase. Let's listen to some of the new voice dialogue. He just be screaming as per usual, and I do have the in-game music on in the background, so it might be a bit hard to listen to that dialogue. I usually have the music off, but today we're just going, you know, normal, just because we'll be unlocking that story mode stage. Oh, you see that, how it's unlocked? Yeah, this DLC pack also includes the Conton City Ruins. I'm assuming you have to complete the story mode to unlock that. So for now, let's just go over to the Tournament of Power. I am ready for this, man. We've been waiting for almost a year, because Future Saga Chapter 2... Oh, hold on.
Get in my father's way. I'll destroy you.
That was cool. Wait, why does he sound so different?
To be used so blatantly and not even know it.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn down the music setting. It is a bit loud. I mean, you can barely hear the dialogue, but man, that intro, that was custom. Just real quick, we have to go back and try that once more. This was like the very first custom intro. That was very different, because every other character, you just spawn in, you know, the character's arms are folded, and that's it. And this time around, maybe we can listen to your dialogue a bit better.
If any of you get in my father's way, I'll destroy you.
You poor lamentable brute. To be used so blatantly and not even know it.
That was nice. Why does DBS Broly sound so different? His wrathful state, it's like more berserk-like, more raspy and deep, his voice. Oh yeah, dude, he's just a tower standing over Golden Frieza. Hey, in the DBS Broly movie, Super Saiyan Broly completely obliterated Golden Frieza, right? You know, while Vegeta and Goku were learning how to fuse. But this time around, it's the alternate timeline. It's going to be different. USV Golden Frieza, he can probably hold his own this time around. Ooh, look at him. DLC 20 Warriors. Yeah. Okay, let's go over the model real quick. Yeah, as we all know, they've been upping their game in terms of the model work ever since, you know, a couple DLCs ago with Orange Piccolo, DBZ Restrained Broly, Beast Gohan. They all look phenomenal. Yeah, Wrathful Broly, he's up there for sure. You can see that he has a bit of the shadow over the model itself right there, going over the torso, kind of casting, emitting this light a little bit. We have some shine. Yeah, very nice stuff. Ultimately, still looks like the Xenoverse 2 models, obviously. He's going rage mode with the scar, the golden pupils. I really do like the wrathful form. As some of y'all said in the comments before, it's like a false Super Saiyan 4, you know, something similar to false Super Saiyan Goku. Anyway, I do digress. Let's go over his combo strings. But in regards to that intro, you guys know what I mean? That was nice, and I'm glad they're starting to do some different stuff instead of just the normal idle stance. He literally powered up with that green aura. That was nice. All right, maximum charge. Lime green aura. Start things off with the movesets. The square combo string over here. Yeah. Oh, the fury punches. Okay. So obviously, ooh, he's going to be somewhat similar to the full power Super Saiyan Broly variant that we already have in game. But I like this part right there where he just does the left, right, and then the consecutive left stomp techniques, and then the charge with the consecutive energy blast barrage. Very cool combo just for it being the default one. Oh, where you going? I ain't done with you just yet. That's literally what he just said when he was chasing down Frieza. So now for the triangle combo string. Oh, nice with the green Rasengan. Let's see if we can kind of charge the strike. Oh, so of course you can stop the string and then maybe go into alternate routes, right? We have to lab the character off camera for now. We're just going to be showcasing the basic stuff. But yeah, he's very close range, yet a mid-range character at the same time with all the energy blasts that he's throwing out, and you know how he kind of keep charging down the opponent. He's very persistent, right? So as for the triangle square, oh, that's like a mixture of the square and triangle. I mean, obviously it is literally the triangle square combo, but what I mean is he does the consecutive energy blast right there for the light combo, and then for the heavy combo he does the chase down into the Rasengan blast right there, right? And then when you mix both triangle and square, he integrates both of them into one string. See, consecutive into the close-up. That's nice. We have the grab. Oh, the God Goku grab. That was the God Goku grab, right? We can make things anime accurate over here. Woohoo! I like the startup of it, just because he picks you up with his left arm. Yeah, and then he brings you forward, and then he's supposed to grab you with his right arm, and then that's the part where he just literally slides your face over the glacier. Ooh, right there, you know what I mean? And then he goes into this, you know, back and forth launch, you know, in the movie at least, but it is slightly different over here in the game, of course. Okay, now we have the strings square going into triangle. First four going to be the same. Knockback into the elbow strike. Literally took that move from Perfect Cell against Super Vegeta. Y'all remember that? Now the first 5 inputs of square into triangle. That was actually the same. Maybe that was the first 4 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Dude, that was just the 4th input. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then 5 is going to be the stomp. Oh! Wait. That might be the best combo string. First of all, the knee. Oh, wait. No, he does the charge tackle first. And then the Shoryuken uppercut into the grab, but look at the hit count. It keeps climbing, so he's like squeezing your face or something. Oh, and then he does the knee into the kick. Yeah, his health bar, that's what depletes, not necessarily the hit count. Try that once more. Yeet. You see that, how his health bar just gradually decreases, and then it's not a knee attack he follows up afterwards. It's just a crazy kick. Fail. Oh, let's see if we can combine any of the strings. All right, let's go for the first 6 inputs of square into triangle. Oh. All right, nothing much. Let's try something else over here. Let's see what we can create. Couldn't necessarily follow up after that. Okay, that actually might be it for the entirety of his moveset. Of course, you can take the character into the lab and then figure things out. Let's go with the stamina break. Oh, very brutal. I like it. The heavy stamina break. Just got the stomp. Oh, so yeah, this is going to be an easy stamina break. Watch. Just after he does the stomps, pretty much. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so he does 3 stomps. So let's see if we can follow up with the heavy stomp, the stamina break. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Yeah, we're getting some there. We're getting somewhere. I can't hardly speak, bro. Yeah! So that's a very easy heavy stamina break. Just literally after the light combo. The 3 stomps into the heavy stamina. So easy, so easy. That's, again, something similar to full power Super Saiyan because he has that literally same combo string for one of his stamina breaks. Let's see this one over here. Oh, wait. Triangle square? Oh my gosh. That's extremely fast. Watch this. Oh, no. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just trying to lab at this point. But triangle square. You see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at. Triangle square. So let's see if you can kind of use it after. Oh my gosh, you can. Whoa, he's going to be a menace in online battles. Check this out. Pretend you're snap vanishing all over the place. This is how people play online, myself included. And then boom, boom. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Calm down, Broly. He might be overpowered in the online realm. Boom! Just 2 strikes. Something similar to Goku. You know how he has a very fast stamina break after you snap vanish? Yeah, that could be deadly, bro. That could be deadly. Into a heavy? Stop playing. Look at that. That's cheese. That's good, though. I like this character. He's going to be good online. Again, you just have to, lab the character. Get familiar with his combo strings, his movesets. Now let's go over the Super Attack's Gigantic Charge. That's going to be the same as the original skill. Full power. Perish! With the stamina break, and of course we still get that cinematic angle to it. I like it. Gigantic Cross. So each character will have 3 supers. Broly's going to have 3, and Frieza USV is going to have 3 attacks for the CACs. So this one is a very straightforward move. Whoa, it goes up! Yeah, it does that by itself. You don't need to move the analog stick or anything. Wait, let's see what happens when we hold on to it. Oh, we can charge it! We can charge it! Oh, so it just increases the range and blast radius of the attack. I like the explosion of it. You know what I mean? How it has like this plus effects to it. I don't know, the star burst. So let's hit the opponent this time around. Oh, that's nice. So it hits the opponent, and then it brings him up into the air, and it explodes. Yo, that reminds me of the Genki Dama Spirit Bomb. You know, Goku, how he defeated Kid Buu, Majin Buu, how the Spirit Bomb went up into the air and then literally did the same exact explosion. That's cool. Go back down to the ground and fully charge this. Oh, yeah. Very solid attack. Let's look at the facial expression. Yeah, so he just goes crazy. I mean, that's like his signature ability, right? That lime green emitting from the model. Oh, let's go back a little bit. Woohoo! I'm glad DLC 20 is finally here, bro. Again, we waited a year ever since Chapter 2 because we got the Daima DLC in between. Fully charge this! Oh! Boom! I like the sound design in the background. Top tier sound design. Broly has like one of the better sound designs in all of Dragon Ball, right? Z Broly as well, especially when he charges. We have the original sound design for the charge. So this is probably going to work extremely well, like after a knockback or something. Yeah. I don't think you get to charge it all the way just because it's going to be too great. Yeah, it's way too long. Of course, you can probably, hold on to it, get that stage 2 charge. Because here we have the first input, and then the second, right there. You can tell because it keeps glowing. So it has like 4 charge abilities. They're all going to be something similar, though. Okay, Gigantic Rage, that's going to be the grab. of course. Brings him down all the towards the ground if you use it from up above. And maximum charge again. We have the evasive Saiyan Blaster. Ooh, that's cool. We will use the Awoken skill and then, you know, use all the attacks again. But you can prolong this, I'm assuming. There's something unique that we can do with this ability. Oh yeah, we can actually transform into Super Saiyan while using Saiyan Blaster, I think. You see how it's glowing right there? Yeah, pay attention to the skill set. And look at Super Saiyan. It starts to glow like you can use it. See? This reminds me of Meteor Burst or Meteor Explosion from Blue Gogeta in a way. You know what I mean? It's just somewhat similar. I like the effect that we get from this ability though. Look at that, how he kind of provides this smoky effect over him. And of course, this is when he first transformed in the Broly movie, you know, going into Super Saiyan, how it was like this vertical explosion. This is why you can't get to transform into Super Saiyan, because it's basically that, but as an evasive. Gigantic Nova, or first let's use Gigantic Explosion. Oh my gosh! Wait, something similar to DBZ Restrained Broly. How you can only use the ultimate, well, one of them, until you transform, right? Okay, so I guess we have to use Gigantic Nova first. Oh, Planet Crusher! This is the one that alters the glacier stage into the lava map. Ooh, I like the texture to it. Yeah, look at that. How it's extremely bright in the center, and then around the edges, it's really dark. Let's see if we can, like, charge this in any way, shape, or form. No, it's just going to be that one simple animation to it, which is fine. But I like this, man. How the camera panels out a little bit. We have the electricity just because the force is too great. And I like this part right here. You see that? How it kind of like bursts with energy right there. Those green arrows going downward. I like that. It's only right here just because Broly's right there, I'm assuming. And then everywhere else, we got like the particle effects surrounding the blast. Again, the texture, pretty dang great. I like how they're changing things, trying to make unique, you know, effects for each character. See, that's what I mean. How it kind of goes down the light. I like that added touch right there. And, oh, when he wails it out, he, you know, throws out both his arms. Something similar to that one DBS Broly mod. Oh, and the explosion at the end. How it's a vertical explosion, something similar to the evasive. Oh, we weren't locked onto the character. Try this once more. Boom! Perish, Frieza! You ain't strong enough, bro. Wait, what are his moves? We have to wait until the showcase, just because I want to see if energy waves can overpower Gigantic Nova. That would be very interesting. All right, now let's go ahead and transform. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go! Oh, that's so clean, bro. That's literally the entire movie integrated into like 3-4 seconds because you have to keep the battle going, right? That was nice. We have to do that again. So first he goes crazy, then that, you know, spherical orb around the character, and then the eyes. That probably has to be the coolest parts. You can't revert back to your base form, so once you transform, you stay transform. If he dies, he dies. Type energy, you know what I mean? Look at that. Ooh! Yeah, we definitely have to break this down in photo mode. Oh my gosh. And look at that giant aura that we get afterwards. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, so his fighting stance is still the same, but let's break this down. So that green aura, it's only for the start of the battle, you know, his intro, and then when we transform, right? This is something that he should have surrounding his body 24/7, in my personal opinion. So here we have the aerial points of view going frame by frame, and then the distortion and aura, first green, then purple, and then more of like this red, purple, violet, I guess. And we still have that green aura. And now he's starting to steam up a little bit. Fast forward. And then this is where we get the zoom up of the eyes. Wow. Check that out. Oh, that must have hurt. You know, his iris, the pupils, all of that just literally explodes. He's going crazy. And then surrounding all that is the red rage. He sees nothing but rage right now. And then I love that close-up right here. Wow. They definitely cooked with this Awoken skill. Did they not? And then, ooh, I like when he rises up from the grounds. This is somewhat similar to the evasive, if you know what I mean? What I tried to explain before. So not only that we have it as the awoken, but for the evasive. So now we have to transform using that evasive. Oh, no way. No way. 2 different animations. Comment down below. Which one do you think is superior? The original awoken skill? Which, to be honest, there's a lot more going on with this, right? With the cameras, the zoom ups, the eyes, the explosion. Or the evasive. Oh, look at that! I like how the character animation is different, right? He has his own thing going on over here. So there's the evasive Slam Blaster undergoing Super Saiyan. Of course, it does consume 3 stamina bars as per usual, just because it does a lot of damage. You can transform into Super Saiyan during it, so it does make sense. But look at that. You see how his body kind of shifts a little bit? And then those gigantic green star effects. Dude, that's cool. Because this is not for the original Awoken animation. So I like how they have their different movement, their different effects for each version, right? And then, ooh, wait just a minute, man. Look at that. And then that impact frame. USV Frieza just getting obliterated. It doesn't stand a chance. Going back to what I said at the start of the video. Can USV Golden Frieza now hold his own? Very interesting. He might just equal the fighting ground, if I'm being honest. So there's that. So before we go over the skills, we have to go over the combo strings. Because again, they will change. So right off the bat, he snap vanishes. But that's like for all cast characters who can transform into Super Saiyan. So let's see what's different. The rapid punches, the kicks. Okay. Something similar, right? I think it's the same. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. But his square combo string is exactly the same. Interesting. So that stays the same. What about the triangle? Oh. That's the same as well. Wait, so what does it alter? Triangle square? Oh, okay, so it changes the triangle square. We figured it out. Try that once more. Boom, 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 boom. Taken directly from full power Super Saiyan Broly, because he has the same exact string, but this is more canon to the movie because he did this undergoing this form right here. Oh, boom, 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 boom. I like that. He just goes mad with the punches at the end. Let's see if we can cancel out of that. Yeah, so first of all, let's see what his charge ki blast is. Okay, cool. He has the best one. In my personal opinion, the explosive ki blast. So this is what you can do with full power Super Saiyan Broly. Let's see if we can do it over here. Oh, we can! Already with the combo strings. I got y'all, bro. I got y'all. Perish. Boom. And then follow up. Ooh, don't tell me we can continue after that. It'll just deal max damage. Oh, boom. Get over here. Oh, yeah. Okay, without the dash, though. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Oh, no. That did not work. Maybe we have to dash in, like fly in. Yeah! Oh my gosh, bro! He's a menace. He's a menace. That's a go-to combo string. Everybody's going to be using this day one for sure. And then maybe you can go directly into the stamina break as I displayed before. Y'all remember that? Oh, it missed. Come on, Broly. Don't get shy now. Bro been using the same combo string 24/7 during the showcase, but now he decides to drop everything. It is what it is. I dropped it. Maybe it doesn't necessarily work after that. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. Just take the character into the lab. You'll figure out all the combos. But that's an easy one. Again, something you could do with full power Super Saiyan Broly. That's the only reason why I know of that. If it didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have known. The grab is going to be the same with the twirlies. Oh, so tosses them down all the way towards the ground. Cool. Let's see what we have over here with the first inputs of square into triangle. That's the same. First 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I dropped it. Once more. Oh, that one's different. That one's different. So the first 5 inputs of square into triangle also changes. He does the mouth cannon. And I failed. You have to be very precise with it. It only activates when you use the first 5 inputs of square. So if you use any more than that, it won't work. So after that one right there, which again is a move that full power Super Saiyan Broly has. That's nice. Okay, let's see if it changes the supers in any way, shape, or form. Full power, down a break, gigantic cross. Seems like we have the same features to it. Let's hit the opponent this time. And then the full charged variation. Boom. Gigantic rage from up above. Bring him down all the way down the house. Rampage mode. Maximum charge. Yeah, so just the 2 strings that showcased for Super Saiyan. Of course, you can still use evasive. You can't, revert to your base form during that because you can't revert normally. Gigantic Nova. And then we'll use Gigantic Explosion. Wait, is Gigantic Explosion the same move from DBZ Restrained Broly? It might be, actually. The name does sound a bit familiar. Yeah, it is. No wonder you can only use it when transforming. I should have known. I didn't recognize it from before. But this ultimate, don't get me wrong, it's very good online-wise. 3 bursts, and it does a lot of damage. I'm glad he has it. And that's it for the DBS Broly showcase. Now, let's go over here to Golden Ultra Super Villainous Frieza. So, his aura, his posture, he's him, bro. He's him. Something I mentioned before, in the actual Future Saga storyline, the pre-rendered cutscenes, they have like this cool textured effect over their pupils, their eyes. But for some reason, the in-game models, the USV characters, they don't necessarily have that, which is a shame. And something I said at the start of the video in the character select screen, it would be a lot cooler if the USV Sinister Power consumes the entirety of Frieza. Just because look at the color theme. It changes his purple crystals to red. So his head would also glow red. The orbs over the shin, you can see the left is purple, right is blue or red. And even the crystal over his gauntlets, you know what I mean? So imagine the dark and red color scheme over the entirety of Frieza. And then it would somewhat, of course, still be a bootleg version, but closer to Frieza's Ultra form from the Dragon Ball Super manga, right? Not only that, but I think the design would have been peak in general. You know what I mean? Missed opportunity for sure. But still very cool what we have. We have the crystal bulging from the chest right there. Yeah, the sinister energy. We have the glowy magenta aura emitting from the model. And then the aura itself with the particle effects. The crystals, right? Floating in the wind right there. Yeah, very cool character. It makes sense that they did Frieza next. First was God Vegeta, Rose Goku Black, Full Power Jiren, now Frieza himself. Alright, let's start things off with the moveset. Ooh! He literally uses his energy blast within the square combo string, his death beam, right? I feel like the start of it though, yeah, the first 4 inputs, 1, 2, 3, 4, is directly from Golden Frieza himself. Now we're actually going to go ahead and return to the character select screen, just because I really want to know if he has any unique intros, or a unique intro, something similar to DBS Super Broly, because he does have a unique intro, right?
You poor lamentable brute. To be used so blatantly and not even know it.
If any of you get in my father's way, I'll destroy you.
He does have somewhat different. Instead of just standing there with his arms folded, he turns around menacingly. Just wanted to get that in the showcase. Okay, going back to the strings. Yeah, I like this. Throws out the energy blasts right there. And his ki blast is going to be normal. The charge ki blast, okay, it's going to be that. So let's see if we can do something after that. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we just made up a loop. This is literally a loop. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Okay, going over to the triangle combo. Ooh, that's nice. He usually attacks with his tail. Or he does attack with his tail with that string. Dude, that one's cool. Some similarities to original Golden Frieza, of course. That's normal. But ultimately, he's his own separate character. Yeah, the heavy string is probably my favorite, just because he literally just attacks with his tail and nothing else. It kind of reminds me of, like, a dinosaur or a lizard-esque character. I mean, is Frieza a lizard? I don't even know. Okay, let's go over to the grab. Whoa! Oh, yeah! He has the Supreme Kai time powers, because he made that wish, according to the launch trailer. So, can we use this from afar? Oh, no, it's a close range. I like that purple and gold effect. Literally suits the character. Dude, he brings you up, and then he slams you down towards the grounds. So, if we use this on the grounds, he probably, like, ricochet, maybe? Yeah! Let's see if we can use a stamina break. No. Yeah, the recovery is way too quick. Can we do anything else, though? Yeah, we can't even follow up or anything. Okay, triangle square. Oh, that's nice. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, break this one down. Triangle. Okay, so, and then square is the death beam. And then he does a snap vanish up into the air. And then he does the headbutt. So that's actually a normal move from Golden Frieza. Slightly different though, because he doesn't do the snap vanish. He does the aerial strike into the headbutt, but here he snap vanishes. You know, style points increase for sure. And then he does the upside down twirly tail strike, knocking the opponent down. I like this one. Dark Inscription, again, very cool title. Now let's use the first input of square into triangle. Ooh! Isn't that a super move? That one right there? If I recall correctly. First 4 should be the same. First 5 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I mean, he is unique. You can tell he's very different from his original Golden Frieza form. Something I appreciate for sure. Go ahead and do that once more. Oh, yeah, you can, you know, switch things up. That was the light combo right there. First 6 inputs of square. If he even has one. He does! Woo! Yeah, you can just keep mixing up the strings. Whoa! Look at that. We continued the energy blast barrage. Light combo into the heavy. Wow. He has a whole bunch of alternate routes. Very nice. Yeah, again, take the character into the lab. Figure out all of his stuff. Heavy, or that's a light stamina break. Heavy. Miss input, miss input. Boom, right there. Cool. Okay, now to go over his supers. Ultimate charge. Emperor's Cannon. Whoa, check that out. Oh! Ooh! Look at that! Each energy orb has their own unique feature to it. So the purple energy orb, that stuns them. You see that? Paralyzes them. And then the orange one just does normal attack damage. Interesting. Let's use it up close. Oh, no way. You can literally use this within combo strings. Let's just do this, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, nope. So if you press the input again, they seek down the opponents, and it will ultimately stun lock the opponent because the last energy orb that hits them is the purple one. Wow, that's cool. But let's try to use this within a combo. Oh, yeah, right there. I think we found one. Triangle square. After the headbutt. Yeah, look at that. Dang. He is definitely going to be a menace in the online territory. Wow. Let us begin. Dark Inscription. Ooh. So it appears right in front of him. Yeah, literally no matter where you use it, It just goes directly in front of him. Let's tap the input. Oh, whoa. If you press it 2 times, then only 2 of them will appear. If you press it 3... Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like you get 8 of them or something. Wow. After a knockback, perhaps? Yeah. Wait, let's see if the first super works well after a knockback. No, it does not. Oh, you see how they spread out a little bit? How they scatter? That's cool. I like this one. Interesting. Look at his new powers that he got from Supreme Kai. Whoa, he didn't necessarily get it from Supreme Kai. I think he just asked Shenron to get that power boost. So I'm glad he has unique stuff that we haven't seen before. Well, this one is somewhat similar to Supreme Kai of Time, but it works very differently. Emperor's Blast. Okay, that's the original technique. Nothing too fancy over here. Yeah, stuns him. You guys get the idea. His basic charge is going to be the Villainous Aura. Spread Shot Retreat. They gave him the most basic evasive. It's still a good evasive. I think Spread Shot Retreat is kind of underrated a little bit. Death Ball. Same animation, same camera angles, I'm pretty sure. Can we hold on to it or change anything about it? No, it's just going to be the original technique. Okay. I don't think original Golden Frieza has this, does he? I know Final Form Frieza from Z has that technique. Chaotic Time Impact. Yeah, check that out, bro. That is cool. Oh, the energy wave itself lasts for a very long time. So first, he starts off with the time lock. Literally, he locks the opponent in this time prison. And then, ooh, you see that cool added feature over the crystal when he uses it? It gets this surge of power, electricity. And then his left palm is going to be the orange energy. And the right palm is going to be... Oh, yeah. So right palm, USV energy. Left palm, Supreme Kai of Time energy. You know what I mean? Combining both of them. And then, of course, with his original golden power boost, he's him. He has 3 different power-ups. That's crazy. And then he combines both of them in one. Ooh, purple and gold, bro. Purple and gold. Look at that. Oh, literally, the opponent can't do anything, man. That's nice. I really do like this ultimate. And look at the facial features. The expressions, they're going crazy, bro. Try that once more. You see that? He's just like, bro, nobody can defeat me anymore. I'm him. And then... I ruined it. Try that once more. You see what I mean? How he's just smiling, all sinister-like. So, let's see how strong Gigantic Nova actually is. Go ahead and set Frieza to Ultimate 2. Yeah, Death Ball. And let's see who wins. Let's see who wins, y'all! Oh! Dude! Gigantic Nova! It literally overpowered Golden Frieza's Energy Blast! No way! But the question is, can any ultimate attack overpower Broly's Gigantic Nova? That's the question over here. Try that once more. Look how it literally just consumes the Energy Blast. That's nice, bro. That's nice. Look at this. Oh, it kind of reminds me of the first DBZ movie. You guys remember like the planets? How they were colliding, about to explode. The giant planet was engulfing the smaller planet. You remember that? Or was that the power levels? It was like representing the power levels at the same time, I think. But it just reminded me of that for some reason. It literally overpowered another ultimate. That's great to see. Impressive stuff. Both characters, yeah, this DLC, character-wise, I think they're great. And stay tuned for that video to see if any ultimate can stop or at least overpower DBS Broly's ultimate, or stop, because there's like 2 stages to it. If it can at least stop it, then that's good. But if another ultimate attack can overpower Gigantic Nova, then that's even more impressive. But I don't think that's going to be the case. So, this is it for today's showcase. Thank you guys for the immense support, as always. Make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and thanks for the immense support, as always. Thanks for watching. Peace!